Hello investors, welcome to Simply Stocks. Today's video is going to be quite interesting. We usually cover businesses that are performing well or that are posting good results, but for the first time on Simply Stocks, we will study businesses which are in limbo because of Trump's tariffs. You must all be following the news. Trump has imposed 50% tariffs on India, which will hurt companies across gems and jewelry, auto ancillary, and textile sectors. But there is another perspective to this as well. By now, everyone has understood that these tariffs are more of a negotiation tactic for Trump. He wants that just like USA imports goods from other countries should also purchase from the USA, meaning they should buy products of US companies. Another thing, although America is playing the tariffs card to scare everyone, it's actually the Americans who will have to bear the cost of these tariffs. That means when tariffs are imposed and goods become more expensive, the ones suffering will be the citizens of the USA itself. These tariffs are basically a kind of tax that Americans will be paying to the US government. So we know neither India nor the USA wants a trade war. Trump just wants to intimidate everyone. But we also don't know for how long this trade war will last. Nobody knows when we will hit a solution. That's why you will notice that due to the uncertainty created by tariffs, many export businesses have corrected and are now trading at low valuations. But are these businesses worth studying right now? My perspective is that if we find such businesses that are debt free or have low debt and have a good amount of cash on their balance sheet, then such businesses will be able to survive through this tariff related uncertainty. You can also understand this through the COVID-19 crash. We need to look for businesses that are under stress due to tariffs, but which in the long term can do well once the tariffs are either removed or the macro environment improves. So today we will study three such export businesses which have very strong fundamentals that are currently under temporary stress because of Trump's tariffs. And yes, as a standard disclaimer, this video is not a buy or sell recommendation on any of these companies in any way. Our only aim here is to explain these business models to you. With that being said, let's get started. The first export business on our list is Garware High-Tech Films. Garware is in the business of manufacturing various types of plastic films or sheets. For example, they make automotive sun control film and paint protection film for cars. These films are applied on expensive cars to protect them from scratches and sunlight. These films also increase the lifespan of paint. Similarly, they also manufacture architectural sun control film, which is used in large glass buildings and other structures. This is their specialty product segment where margins are high. Apart from this, they also make shrink film, packaging film, and lidding film, which are used in the packaging sector. These are your low margin commodity products. Garware has a 70% share in India's shrink film packaging market. Around 20 to 25% of their sales come from India, while the remaining 75 to 80% came from other countries. And if you look closely in the past year, 45 to 50% of their sales came from North America. So the US is their biggest market. Coming to the fundamentals, you will see that the business is debt free, and after correcting about 50% from its 52-week high, it is now trading at a PE of 20. Last year, their sales grew by 26%, but in Q1, meaning the 3 months from April to June, there has been a slowdown with sales growth at just 4%. Their net profit has also fallen 6% from last year. I was looking into Garware and found that they have around 700 crore rupees in the form of cash balance and investments, which gives them stability for next 2 to 3 years. And it is not just tariffs that have impacted Garware. That is there, of course. But also this year, the summer was not as intense as last year because the monsoons arrived early. This weakened the demand for paint protection films and sun protection films. Similarly, beverage demand was also affected, which led to degrowth in their shrink film packaging business. But yes, the biggest risk now is the tariffs. To counter them, Garware's management would be working on keeping costs low. Besides that, they will explore improving their distribution channels. If somehow they can cut the wholesaler or distributor and reach directly to the retailer, then they can save some margins there. They will also focus on increasing sales in countries other than the USA. So their plan is to work on multiple fronts to manage tariffs. Overall, Garware is a good debt-free business that you can study further on your own. The second export business, which is in focus because of tariffs, is Pokarna. Pokarna is essentially a proxy construction business, meaning it is linked to the construction sector. The company manufactures these expensive looking premium quartz surfaces or slabs and exports them. Quartz is a type of stone. Quartz surfaces, as you can see on my screen, are such premium looking slabs that are used in luxury homes, hotels, offices, and pubs and bars. About 85% of Pokarna sales come from the USA. That is why tariffs had a big impact on their business. When the tariffs were announced, the construction sector was among the first to take a hit. You may recall that initially aluminium and steel, the two most important construction materials, were hit with tariffs. That's why the US construction sector has been volatile from the start. Pokarna's customers in the USA are now looking for cheaper domestic options for kitchen and bathroom remodeling and have delayed orders from Pokarna. That's why you will see Pokarna sales fell 11% this quarter and profit fell 14%. This business too has corrected 35 to 40% and now trades around a P/E ratio of 15. Pokarna is a low debt stock. Their debt to equity ratio is 0.4, and in the annual report I was checking that their net debt to equity ratio is just 0.26. Pokarna's advantage is that there are very few companies in the world making such quartz surfaces the way they do. Recently, they purchased new machines from Italy for Krios and Chromia technology. With those machines, Pokarna will be able to produce ultra-thin slabs, something no other company in the world can do. So, in the context of these tariffs, I believe the companies which are in a better position are the ones that have differentiated products. For example, if you look at the textile sector, the risk there is higher. Competition is already intense in textiles, and on top of that, Bangladesh faces lower tariffs. The USA is a huge market for textile exporters of Bangladesh, and in fact, their economy essentially runs on textile exports. So, if you are interested in any export business, you need to ensure the business is fundamentally strong enough to survive this 1 to 2 year period. Additionally, their products should be differentiated, meaning they should be somewhat different from what other companies make. Thus, in whatever segment the business operates, competition there should ideally be low. Now, so far, if you are liking this video, do give me a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to our channel, Simply Stocks, where we bring multiple such videos every week. Honestly, your likes and subscribes are our only motivation so that we put all this hard work in this video, in this research for you. So don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Now, the third and final export business we will study is Goldiang International. Goldiang deals in natural diamonds and lab-grown diamonds, which are also known as LGDs. And it also sells jewelry made from these diamonds. About 90% of their sales come from exporting diamonds to other countries, with the USA being their largest market. Here, let me tell you a little bit about lab-grown diamonds. While natural diamonds are naturally found and mined, LGDs are scientifically created in labs, but they are just as shiny, durable, and strong as natural diamonds. Where a natural diamond may cost you 3.5 lakh rupees around, the lab-grown one can be bought for just 50,000 rupees. The price difference is huge. The demand for LGDs is rising rapidly in the USA and other developed countries. For example, in America right now, almost 50% of wedding rings are now made from lab-grown diamonds. In India too, as more and more people are becoming aware, LGDs adoption is slowly rising. Although tariffs have directly hit the gems and jewelry sector, their impact on LGDs has been negligible so far. LGDs are in a way already discounted products from the customer's perspective. Think of it this way: if a customer is buying LGDs instead of natural diamonds, they are already saving money. So even if LGDs become a little more expensive, it doesn't impact demand too much. Also, jewelry purchases in the USA are event based. If someone is about to get engaged or wants to give a gift to someone else, then that customer will still buy lab grown diamonds even with tariffs in place. So, broadly speaking, even after tariffs were introduced, Goldiang has not been significantly impacted. You will see that their sales grew by 39% over the last year and profits grew 53% during the same period, with margins remaining stable. But now tariffs on India have been increased to 50%, so we'll have to watch going forward, because in my way there can be a slowdown in sales. Although the business has strong fundamentals, you will see that Goldiam is debt free and has about 280 crore rupees in form of cash balance and investments. However, due to tariffs, there is uncertainty in this business. That's why you will see that for quite some time now, this business has been trading range bound. And right now, it is available, I think, at a PE of around 30. So Goldiam is also a good export business that you can study further on your own. Now you tell me in the comments what are your thoughts on this uncertainty based investing strategy, and if you like this video, do give me a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to our channel Simply Stocks. Your likes and subscriptions are our only motivation to keep bringing you such high quality research videos for free every week. I'll see you in the next video. Happy investing.